If you could invite one celebrity to have a threesome with us, oh shoot, who would you choose?
Boy.
Oh, goodness, I don't think we've ever had this combo.
No. I don't know. I think it would be a tale of the two Jessicas, and I'd bring Alba in.
You've always loved Alba.
She's an oldie.
She can dance. She's got that olive skin. Yeah. Would we call her Honey? Honey.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Thrive After Dark. It is time for the episode that I'm sure all of you have been waiting for.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get real. We promised you we'd be real, raw, and talk about all things that are interesting in relationships and life. And today we are living up to it. We're talking all about sex. We're going to do it through a card game. So it gives it a little bit of playful fun with it. And we're going to draw a card and go with it and see what happens.
All right. I know this one. What is your opinion on open relationships? And by saying that, it made it sound like you're a swinger, but you're not. But go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not a swinger. So what is my opinion on open relationships? I find the subject fascinating.
You do.
So I find people fascinating. So anything that changes relationships or jumps out of societal norms just interests me. I'm interested in understanding how, why, reasoning, trigger points. So it's just fascinating to me. So open relationships, my gosh, we've had this conversation so many times about, we'll see it in a movie or you hear it about like Will Smith or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. You hear these things and so it sparks conversation. My opinion on them is they're interesting. I can jump into the seat of a perception in understanding why people would go that route. Mm-hmm. So no judgment. Truly, I can see it from a couple's perspective of saying like, hey, this is what I want. Maybe they're not satisfied completely. Maybe they want to try new things. Maybe it's bucket list stuff. Maybe it's just simply a desire for a little more, a little different. Who knows?
I was going to say, there's people out there that actually enjoy and fantasize about watching their partner with somebody else.
Sure. Yeah, that. And then there's the polyamory piece to it, which is also just so interesting how people manage that.
Yeah.
So physically, I get it. Emotionally, I believe wholeheartedly it gets messy at some point. It might not for a while. It might not at first. But I do believe emotionally and mentally eventually it gets a little chaotic, a little messy, because of course you're adding more emotions in there, more feelings, more opinions, more boundaries from other people and openings. And so then it causes the pair of you to have to reconnect in a different way or recalibrate their own relationship. So it's fascinating altogether. It's not for me. It's definitely something that I wouldn't be able to wrap my head and heart and mind around completely without causing chaos.
I just don't see how you can't eventually have jealousy creep into something like a throuple,
Yeah.
Where you have two people. Let's say it's a man and two women.
Think of what is that? What was that one? What was that show? The guy that had all the wives.
Yeah, the sister wives or something. I mean, even like that. So
even them. They fully all believe in it.
An example of what I was going to mention is, if in that situation he has, I don't know, during the show he had like 4 or 5 wives or something like that. Mm-hmm. But each one kind of filled a specific niche, and that's what they latched onto. Like, this is my purpose.
Their identity, it was labeled, right?
And so even if you only had 2 additional partners like that, it would still be that way.
Yes.
In the moment there is crossover where all of a sudden one of the other ones steps into that role, that's when jealousy has to rear its head, because now you're territorial. I think a person can compartmentalize their mindset around like, this is my role in this relationship and what I fulfill, and feel great about that and have everything out of that relationship they want. But the moment somebody challenges that position by also fulfilling that, you have to have jealousy come into the mix.
Yeah, I think the concept really, it blows my mind because people evolve, people change. So the second you compartmentalize a human, even think of it from a staff perspective. I've got lots of very talented employees. And if I did not create possibility and options for them to continuously evolve as human beings, they would eventually hit the end of their rope and be like, well, there's nowhere else for me to go. There's nothing else for me to do. And I have this innate desire to do more or try something new.
Right.
So it's no different in a romantic relationship. There's evolution, there's change, there's wanting to try new things. And so you immediately are like, well, this is the wife that's fun and sexy and flirty. And like she holds the candle to that. And then what if Sally's like, well, me too. I know I'm normally the athlete. I'm the one that's always like running around with the kids and I'm always an athleisure. And, you know, I understand that my role's the stay-at-home mom role. But what if I get career aspirations? What if I want to get a little flirty and sassy and have a great date night and I flip over to what Susie's doing? Yeah, it just gets messy, I think.
The employee one is a good analogy because, you know, Ryan's a phenomenal videographer and he fulfills that role extremely well here at Thrive. But imagine if all of a sudden either one of the employees put themselves through, you know, a videography class and started videotaping everything and creating content. Ryan would be like, the fuck? You know, what are you doing?
Well, he'd feel it. He might be open-minded to it, but he would definitely feel it and be like, "Ooh, okay."
That emotional jolt would happen.
No different than a top producer in our company, and you bring in this young gunslinging one who's like, "Oh, I'm coming for it." The top producer feels that, right? It's that bottom-up pressure. It's a beautiful thing in life. It's supposed to be there. So then to insert that into a romantic, non-monogamous relationship is, I mean, I think it's fascinating. It would take really compassionate, very patient, emotionally intelligent people to handle that with grace and class.
Sounds like a headache to me.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
We're just going to keep that down.
Yeah, not for us.
All right.
Okay. Oh, is this me? Okay. This one says icebreaker. Here we go. Ready?
Oh, that probably was supposed to be the first card that we go.
I don't think it matters. Okay. What is your opinion on sexting, sending nudies, little dick pics? Oh.
Well, I mean, sexting and dick pics are two different categories.
I mean, it says nudes.
No, I get that.
Right?
But just like flat out, like, here's my dick.
Yeah. Well, first of all, don't ever do that, gents. Like, just don't do it. It's not, unless she asks for it or he asks for it, do not do it without permission, without someone being like, yes, please, I want it. Send it to me.
But sexting, honestly, especially when your worlds during the day are apart, great way to build some momentum throughout the day.
A little foreplay.
Yep.
I'm about it. Yep. I think why not?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be like
a minute ago.
Employee A to employee C, like just met you, you're hot. Like you send you a pic, but like husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, dating, whatever. I think that it's a fun way to flirt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right.
Here we go. Another one says icebreaker. Ooh, okay. If you had a hall pass for any celebrity, who would you choose and why?
Oh, gosh. Okay, he has to be funny. It would have to be so much fun, not just good looks. I think I would choose, it would either be Matthew McConaughey or Ryan Reynolds, but I would want them in full character. I don't want to know who they really are, because if it's just like a fun time, I want to choose I want Ryan Reynolds from, what's that the funny one that he does where he's the character? Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds all day. And then Matthew McConaughey. I mean, we could go, oh God, there's so many from a character standpoint. I'd choose one where he's like cool, funny, and super charismatic.
What's the one where he's with Goldie Hawn's daughter?
Yes, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Well, there's that one, and then there's the one that they're like on the ocean in the Caribbean looking for some treasure. Oh, yes, that one. I wouldn't choose him. No. I would choose How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Okay. I think that would be a good time. Because he is more charismatic in that. Yeah, I would be her. I would like him to be him, and then we could play out the movie. That would be fun. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. Oh, my turn. All right, ready. If you could invite one celebrity to have a threesome with us, oh shoot, who would you choose? Boy. Oh, goodness. I don't think we've ever had this combo. No. I don't know. I think it would be a tale of the two Jessicas, and I'd bring Alba in.
You've always loved Alba.
She's an oldie.
She can dance. She's got that olive skin.
Yeah. She's my age, so I don't feel like I'm dating a teenager.
Yeah.
You know, but
would we call her honey?
Honey. I don't know. But
it's a lot of work, a threesome. It's complicated work.
I'm up for the task.
You would be two Jessicas and you're in.
Right.
Okay, my turn?
Yep.
No. Is it my turn? No, it's your turn.
No, it's my turn. Okay, if you could change how you lost your virginity, would you?
This is a good question. I don't think so. I think mine was pretty textbook.
Yeah, like the like the
we
movie.
were both virgins, and it was textbook, and we'd been together for a long time, and it was fast and
fumbling hands and
super sweet and so awkward. Yeah. I don't think I'd change it.
Just stare into each other's eyes.
No, none of that. Gosh, no, we weren't confident enough for that.
Lights on or off?
I don't think they were on, but it wasn't like pitch black.
So it was daylight.
No, I mean moonlight.
Okay.
Yeah. We were in a bed. Wasn't in a car or back seat or in the lawn or, closet. It was like I said, I think it was pretty textbook. The significance was that it was shared between two people that we were not crazy young, but we weren't, 40-year-old virgins. And I think we were sharing in the exact same experience. This is, oh my gosh, we're doing this thing and we've never done this thing before and no one knows what they're doing.
Got it out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I don't think I'd say got it out of the way. It was just like cute, sweet moment.
Okay.
Safe, cute. That's it. Yeah. Okay.
I hope you don't ever describe me as cute to anybody.
Has your view on sex changed over the years and how?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you're young, the only reference point you have are things like movies and porn. And so which is geared towards how the male psyche works and our thought process.
I don't know. I need like 40-year-old women. Did you grow up watching porn, women, in your 40s? Because I did not. And I know very, very common for men who are in their 40s definitely did. So what a fascinating thing. Like we weren't buying the magazines and the VHS tapes. Like that. That's
just what it was when
I know.
Young. And then eventually it went to internet, and that was, you had pay-per-view. And I can still remember, that channel would be scrambled, but if you mess with the cable, it would kind of like pause.
See enough?
That's a boob.
Oh my God.
So, I mean, when you're a teenager.
It's amazing. Yes, yes.
But, as you grow older, my view around sex has been focused more around the connection and the outcome, Yeah, it's just completely changed.
Yeah, I think as you evolve and I think with anything in life, you have more experience, more wisdom, more information. It changes. Yep. For sure. Okay.
Where's the wildest place you've had sex?
Oh my goodness. Wildest place. Probably in public. I think just definitely in public was wildest.
It's a very vanilla answer.
It is very generic.
You share, I'll share one.
Okay. Well, I think I know all of yours. I'm actually trying to rack my brain and prioritize craziest right now. I'd say on like a subway, like the people mover back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Some of mine were like when I was a teenager, and it's just like you get it in wherever you can. I had multiple times where with my teenage girlfriend, we had been together for like 3 years, that we would do it where literally like family members are 6 feet away.
I know. You told me
like either on a couch or behind a chair, and they're watching a movie facing the other way. Let's see. They're also
so wild to me. That was not my experience.
I know that was definitely mine.
Well, I mean, think of how you were saying it too. Like you recall it, like get it when you can, whenever you can, as much as like that's, I think, a girl's mindset.
Yeah.
For the most part, not all girls. I realize that, but it's a little bit different.
That is definitely a mid-teen boy's mindset for sure.
Sure.
Like rabbits.
All right. How many dates should, okay. This is great. How many dates should be had before sex ensues?
Ooh, I'm going to say depends, right? If there is an indication that it's not going to be something, if it's literally just purely physical attraction and there's no desire to pursue a relationship, then, definitely had share of one night stands. But if it's somebody that I want to actually have something more meaningful with, like you, 2, 3, 4, even potentially.
Dates?
Mm-hmm.
We had many more dates than that before we hit the hay.
We were less than 5.
Weeks.
No. Yeah, we were weeks, but remember our dates were spaced out. Plus, it's very hard to do it in a Spanish class.
Yes, and it's definitely difficult to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's interesting. I think
now we're just both answering all the questions.
Yeah, so. I think there's like an allure of waiting too.
Sure.
I think the older I got, the more I was like, there's something sexy and exciting about waiting. While I can also see there's also something sexy and exciting about just not waiting.
Yeah, no holds barred.
Yeah.
Just simply, no strings attached.
Yeah, I can see it both ways. All right, your turn.
Do you think it's okay to stay friends with somebody you used to sleep with? Seems like a no-brainer, but go.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I think that's fine.
I mean, it's very circumstantial. Like, did it end amicably or what? Yeah,
I think, again, it depends. Like, if this was... It depends. It depends on that connection, that relationship, the ability of both parties. I think if it's from your youth, especially where it was puppy love or potentially just lust, that's like a no-brainer. There's not much there. There's no depth.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's possible. It really does depend on so for me personally, I think it's fine. I have the utmost faith in myself, my integrity, what I'm willing to commit to and what I can't. So,
yeah, I mean, it almost seems to be written in the context of, would it be okay to still be friends with somebody that you recently slept with and now that person's entertaining another relationship as well? Like that would be more challenging.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's going to be lingering feelings. Mm-hmm. Time changes everything.
Yeah.
Experience, obviously, within that time and evolution. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I think for us, it's been so long.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, it's way out of the realm of anything we would care about. Right. Here it is. Winding down, you guys. Last couple.
Okay.
So what's an immediate red flag for you? And I think this is an important question because we talk about in relationships, we've talked right here on this podcast with everybody about a red flag's a red flag.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens when you're in the emotional state is you've got the chemical release and you overlook them a lot of the time for convenience, for just being in that, cocaine state of mind. And so what would be your red flag that emphatically today you would not overlook?
A couple things. I mean, if I'm out on a date with somebody, I'm going to pay attention to how they treat the people around us, wait staff, hostess, bartender, whatever it may be, because that reveals a lot. A lot of times those interactions are habit. And then also how they engage with me. If I'm sitting there trying to have a conversation and connect and genuinely learn about them and they're sitting there thumbing through their phone constantly, that's not going to work either. So I want somebody who shows a desire to want to connect with me and learn about me the same way I do about them.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Such a good guy.
I already know the answer to this one, but did you ever have sex with someone whose name you didn't know?
No. Not a thing for me.
Right.
No.
Yeah, never been for you.
No.
Yeah, I can't say the same, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, you cannot. Okay, so what's the biggest turnoff in bed?
Somebody abandons their female sensuality and it's almost like too aggressive or masculine. Like I want to be the man. I'm more than happy for them to take control.
Like they're slamming you on the bed.
Yeah. Or just like, if they're robotic, if they're mechanical in nature as opposed to like flowing and sexual, that is definitely a turnoff. Yeah. And then also if they are distracted, like if they're sitting there trying to just talk while, it's fine. Like dirty talk is great. Like let's absolutely do that. But don't sit there and try and have an actual conversation.
You're like, so today,
right.
As you're like going at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wouldn't work.
Right. It's like, what are we doing here?
I mean, some people do that. We've seen it. I mean, we've at least seen it in movies. Yeah.
It happens in real life too.
Does it? Yeah. See?
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Has our sexual relationship gotten better, worse, or stayed the same over time?
Oh, hot seat.
Finish with a
truth circle.
A bomb here. Yeah.
It's without a doubt better. Like there's no doubt. And that would be it's a choice driven, right? Yeah. And just like anything, Justin and I thankfully several years ago really reassessed our lives from a point of view of saying, hey, are we putting as much energy, time, effort into all areas of life that are meaningful to us as we do this one thing? So at the time it was business. I still to this day, more coaches and mentors and board of directors than I have friends. So more people that I pay to advise me than I have real friendships in this world. And so it dawned on us like, we've been surging in this direction for way too long. Like, what about all these other areas? And sex was one of them. Marriage was another one. Parenting, individual stuff. So yeah, I'd say without a doubt. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. That was a fun little playful game. So we hope you enjoyed that ride. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, things you want to hear us talk about next time, please hit subscribe, comment in the section below. And of course, in the description, you will find the anonymous jot form that you can press and put all of that stuff into as well.